Making The Matrix was a life-changing experience, and it taught us something really profound about making art. Making art is transformational. If you bring your heart and everything in it, it changes.
I remember this.
Hey guys, so we've got to do it. Let's talk about The Matrix. I'm Max, this is Flip Your Wig. Make sure you subscribe and turn your notifications on because I don't want you to miss a video. Right, The Matrix was all about the desire for transformation. It was incredible, confusing, and also wonderfully ahead of its time. It's not a remake, reboot, or reimagining, it's a resurrection. After 18 years, The Matrix is back! Although it's not the same as we left it. Visionary director Lana Wachowski returns, but without sister Lily, who didn't feel this was a journey she wanted to relive, while Lana feels these characters needed another chance to show who they are and how the world has changed.
It was beautiful to watch Keanu as this older, like he's the perfect age to do this right now, just like we're the perfect age. Everything about it seems to be just in focus in a way, and he's at this cusp age where if he was too much older it wouldn't be possible, and if he was too much younger it wouldn't have as much weight and resonance. And you see Carrie and Keanu reflecting that in this way that is only possible because of the time that has passed and the way that you can feel temporality and mortality in that passing time. You knew who you were, and you knew who you were as an artist, and there were actual shots that I said, okay, I kind of have an idea of what that shot was. I'm not going to go watch the trilogy, I just kind of know what the shot is, and I'm going to kind of do that shot again in a way that tells you that I'm doing that shot again, but I literally can't make it the way I made it before. I mean, it's like a cliche, you can't step in a stream or whatever, million cliches about it, but you can see how different I am as like a person, as an artist in every frame. It's like crazy how different it is, even though I'm kind of trying to do things that are, I wouldn't say nostalgic, but are about the creation of this piece of art from my past again. You know, it's like I'm purposely doing it again to say something about the way that we do things again and again and again in our lives.
And to mark the difference.
And to mark the difference of how the againness is never again.
The new film reunites original stars Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne in those iconic roles that made them so famous, Neo and Trinity. They return to a world of two realities, one everyday life, and the other what lies behind it. To find out if his reality is a physical or mental construct, to truly know himself. I know my mind is already blown. This is what The Matrix does.
I think about things like aesthetically, Bullet Time was this desire to decouple time and space in cinema because they're so linked, and I was trying to look for a freedom that didn't exist for this character, and that character is trying to, you know, get free of the system of control that is also true for cameras and movement in space. And I was like, I just want to move a camera in a way that's faster than a camera can travel in our thus learned aesthetic minds.
Matrix is stronger, more secure, and more dangerous than ever before, with new stars including Priyanka Chopra Jonas as Sati, a young woman with wisdom ahead of her time and an ability to see the truth no matter how murky the waters are. Also Yahya Abdul-Mateen, who you recently saw in Candyman and Aquaman, lots of man. He plays the wise and worldly Morpheus, who as always serves as a guide to Neo. The fact that Lawrence Fishburne, who originally played Morpheus, isn't coming back is incredibly disappointing. I'm actually hoping this is the best kept secret, and it's one of those spoilers they just don't want us to know, so fingers crossed he shows up and then it's like a drop the mic moment.
My art all comes from this emotional place, and I think about things intellectually, but it's all led by this emotion, this desire to say something about my heart to other people's hearts, and that became more and more clear through my career. I have tried to bring more of my life into my art and my art into my life. I really try to bring them together. And what's great to be here is that the Matrix sort of brought us all together in a way.
Guys, this is the 4th installment of the Matrix movies. Are you excited? Are you an original fan or are you a newbie? Did you recently start watching them just because you saw the trailer and the hype and the excitement? What are your thoughts? Are you going to be buying tickets on the 22nd of December to watch it at the cinema? I definitely have to see the Matrix in the cinema. I just think those films are so powerful, so epic, so beautiful and confusing as hell. But on a big screen, you just get lost in that world. Also, you've got to remember the Wachowski sisters were ahead of their time. Back nearly 20 years ago, you know, this idea of human emotion, gender equality, gender roles and being your authentic self, and even having the language to express that, it wasn't around, but they were trying to use this futuristic approach that was non-conventional to try and showcase some of their own journey and what other people were feeling, and did it in a way that was probably a little bit more subtle and blurry and slightly confusing. Whereas now, in 2021, those conversations are out in the world and we're all fully aware of differences and kind of being your best self, I guess. So I think it's a really important movie to watch. I'm really curious to see how this feels. Also, it will be great to see Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne back together in those long black leather coats. Right guys, make sure you subscribe, turn your notifications on. I'll be back soon with more videos. Take care.